Hey everybody, Tim Harridge. I'm here to talk to you about the Property Analyzer Pro. Now, Property Analyzer Pro is a software that you guys can get access to by contacting Foreclosure Listing Service. You need to make sure that you guys tell them you're an FTC student so that you can get 30% off, and also they'll give you some sort of free trial. So, wanted to go over Property Analyzer Pro, just kind of walk you guys through the different ways that you run comps using Property Analyzer Pro or any other comp service. So what we have here is the login window. I'm going to go ahead and log into Property Analyzer Pro. And I'm also going to go to the Dallas Central Appraisal District. There's a house that I want to analyze. And that house is 355 Merrill. It's in Dallas. It's one of my company's names. So what we're going to do is take a look at the tax rolls. And a couple things I'll point out here. You always want to look at the current assessed value, owner name and address, MapScope page. Come down here, living square foot, whether or not it has a garage or not. Never go by these bedrooms, bathrooms numbers. Most of the time they're incorrect. Here you see that it has 0 bedrooms, which is completely wrong. And then you want to look for the year built. So we're going to use this information to pull our comps. Come up here to the subdivision. You've got Highland North 2. Go ahead and highlight and copy that. Now we're going to go right back to the Property Analyzer Pro. Do a property search. Switch down to comp search. Now, note the little bar that spins. Now, what Property Analyzer Pro does is it queries every time you change a criteria. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the subdivision in here first, change, and it will start to update. So you note that it says 0 properties found right here. So we'll take the 2 out. Now it's got 3 properties. So I want to go ahead and see what it has for me. It's got a house on Lauder Way, a house on Warwick, a house on Timberview. Go ahead and zoom in. And note this is way up north at Campbell and Coit. So we're going to trash this one. And then get back down here. Now, the house that I own is on Merrill, which is right here. I didn't You have to check the comps. Get report. We got two solds, one at 95 and one at 61. Now, the problem with that is it's too broad of a range. So the guess is that this property that's at 61 is a as-is sale. So we're going to go back to the property search. All statuses. And we're going to take a look at these properties. Gives me a good mix of properties. All right in there where my property is. This house just came on the market last week. I've already seen it. It's actually listed at 127. Get this sold. All these actives in the high 200s. Now we're going to start looking for some solds. I got a couple solds here. Look at some pictures. Now we'll look at some reports here. So you got it's an as-is sale. It's a foreclosure. Nothing special about that house. One that's been updated. And of course it went for the most. So it's real hard to tell with these. What you want to do, let's get back in here. Now we're going to broaden our search. We're going to start over with the new search. We go to 355 Merrill. There we go. Now, what we're going to do, is use the radius function to go a mile out. Actually, we're going to go a half a mile out. We're going to come down here, make sure the date says 6 months. And ask for only sold houses. Now, that gave us 3 properties. When we look at these 3 properties, you still got a broad range in price. So we're going to go back. We're going to broaden this search to a mile. Still only have 3 properties. Mile and a half out. We're still only looking at 3 properties. There's the problem. Still had the subdivision delimiter in there. Now all of a sudden we're going to go from 3 properties to like 100. So we're going to need to drop this back down to a half a mile. Now we got 18 properties. Now we got 8 properties found. So let's go ahead and take a look at these properties. Now we've got some good data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm going to increase to a half a mile. And I'm going to put the square footage in at 1,500 and take it up to 2,100. What that'll do is, since I have an 1,800 square foot house, that'll be plus or minus 300 square feet of the subject property square footage. And that helps me because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a good comparable there. So we're going to go to find properties. And note, all of these prices are fairly similar, which is very good. So I'm going to check all. And we're going to take a look at this report. Okay, 3546 Woodley. I know that street, very comparable. Started out at $199,950, down to $165. Here you got Rockmore Court. Rockmore is fairly comparable, but this is on a cul-de-sac, says it hasn't been updated. Princess Sparkman Club is a little bit different. Let's replace windows, wood flooring throughout, plantation shutters. You know, that's fairly comparable. You got another as is. You know, it doesn't say anything. It says it's redesigned and updated. Bright and cozy. You know, there's what can happen with if you really fix up the house. And there's what can happen if you really fix up the house. Wow, that's it's a good looking house. And you know, note, it's always good to come in here, take a look at some of these pictures. Note the finish out. Not all that great. But you get down here into these higher priced ones and you're really looking at show places. Which is just important because if you're going to be budgeting a wholesale, you still need to be able to look like you know what you're talking about when you go to sell the house. So I'm going to get rid of these little as-is cells down here at the bottom. And I'm going to get rid of this top one because I don't like to use top numbers. That gives me 5 comps, all right up and down, right here, kind of close to Marsh. And we'll go ahead and email summary. So that summary was emailed. And then what I do is I just go open up my email account. And I can view the report there. So, another way you can do it, you can go to comp search, search by address, broaden it out to half a mile. Now we're going to get a little tighter on this, the square footage. We're going to go down by 200 and up by 200. Really trying to hone in on this certain area that we're looking at. We're looking for 322s. And I only want 1-story houses. We only want single family. We can go ahead and hit find comps. Now, you see this 325, it's out of there. This 269 is out of there. $33.27 Whirlaway, other side of Webb Chapel. I think we're going to get rid of it. House on Waldorf, we're going to get rid of it. And this beauty, it's an active, we'll get rid of it. So what we have now is a dilemma. We've only got 2 solds and 1, 2, 3, 4 actives. So we're going to go back. Narrow down to a half a mile. And that takes us back to where we were. So it's really difficult to comp a house like this. What I'm going to do here is go ahead and go to 20%. So 20% is 1,600. You basically take the 1,800 times 20%, so that'd be 1,500 and approximately 2,100. Go ahead and hit find properties. We got 3 solds. Now what we're going to do is go back in there and we're going to get rid of this 133 a foot and now that's a pretty comparable property if you were to fix this house all the way up. But I'll tell you what, we'll trash the high and trash the low. You're coming up to about $109 a foot. So with the 109 a foot, go back 1805 square feet. You got an estimated retail value of about $196,750. So that's how I would do these comps. It's just a tour. You guys need to go ahead and arrange MLS Access wherever you are. Again, one of the things you can do is go to the local board of realtors. You can go to your board of realtors. You can make friends with the realtor. That's always easy. Or you can, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you can contact Foreclosure Listing Service and gain access to Property Analyzer Pro. There's also a company called Investway. Thank you, and that was comps in a box, so to speak.